But the Panthers trading up to get the first pick, and it's kind of fascinating, right? Because once again, you have 3 teams in the NFC South in very similar situations, 4 teams in the NFC South in very similar situations, and they're all going about it different ways, right? Yep. The Saints are trying to stay as good as possible while maybe, putting a bit of a ceiling on themselves, I think would be the argument. The Falcons seem to be in straight blow-it-up mode. Like if the Falcons don't go after Lamar Jackson and they just roll with Desmond Ridder, they are trying to enter the Caleb Williams, Drake May sweepstakes next season. And then you have the Bucs, who are kind of a little in between if they're targeting Baker Mayfield, right? And first they said they were riding with Kyle Trask. I think they kind of like Trask. I think they do want to figure out how much they like him, but the Baker Mayfield show said, okay, but they don't want to be full awful necessarily. They're going to try to stay a bit competitive while figuring this thing out post Tom Brady. And then you have the Panthers, who have now gone all in.
Yep.
So the Panthers got the first pick. They gave up the number 9 pick, the number 61 pick, their 2024 first rounder, a 2025 second rounder, and DJ Moore. Sheesh.
Yeah, without question, their top receiver. When you look at the Panthers last year, DJ Moore, 63 catches, 888 yards. The next closest receiver to him on that roster was our guy Terrace Marshall, who had 28 catches for 490 yards. And so you gave away your best receiver, and you're probably going to draft a quarterback. What else are you going to do, though? That's going to be the question. I mean, you gave up some real assets. Now the roster's pretty good. It's not awful. The Panthers, right? So they felt like they can maybe go get a free agent receiver, but when you look at trading everything they gave up, and on top of that, you give away your best offensive weapon that you have left, because obviously Christian McCaffrey's no longer there, and so it's bold. It is bold, but they loved one of these quarterbacks, and now we're going to play the guessing game for a couple of weeks now to see which one of those quarterbacks it truly is. But shout out to our guy Terrace Marshall, who looks like he's
now the number
potentially going to be the number 1. Even if they go get somebody, he'll be a big part of that offense.
This is going to sound like a slight against Terrace Marshall. I don't mean it that way, but how do you think Panthers fans feel when you see like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and then you had the third amigo? Yeah, he hasn't. Now he hasn't had great quarterback play, right? Like there's a lot that could be potentially holding Terrace Marshall back. I know he dealt with some injuries. Like maybe he absolutely explodes in this new system, but it was just such a three-headed monster in college.
And he had a good year last year. I mean, he was
solid.
He had almost 18 yards per catch, which was by far the leader on their team. And so, there's something there, and there's something to work with, but you have to go out and get another piece. Shy Smith is also on that roster.
I feel bad for the Panthers quarterback, dude, whoever it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like the pressure. It's like think about how people felt about Marcus Davenport. The pressure on this guy to be the guy. Because if you suck again, well, guess what? That top 5 pick you'll have next year, that belongs to the Bears now.